damn well some fucking World War II soldiers there were shoving some motors in their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Probably the worst one.
Oh my god, ship! What is that?
The ship!
Go, 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 go!
What is that thing? Oh god!
How'd you get a rifle?
There's out of the box.
He fell.
Welcome to the Borderline Podcast, the show that toes the line, crosses it, even pretends it never existed. I'm your host, Cody. I'm joined by Philly.
Yo.
And I'm joined by Ismael.
What's up?
We come to you once a month, talking about anything and everything. We can talk about donut shortages to planes and helicopters running into each other. We got a couple different things we're going to talk about today. Ismael, I think you wanted to mention something.
Yeah, I got
Start us
quite a
off.
bit.
Had a couple things.
My
in the notes
shit
I
is
saw.
main thing I want to talk about is just weed. THCA has been popping up a lot lately. Found out recently from a coworker you can just buy this shit online, and it just comes to
Buy
you
it
like there's no
online
fucking
legally.
like buy it online legally. Like you fucking, I don't know if we can curse yet. We'll cut in post whatever. Point is, you just buy the shit. I don't know if it's vacuum sealed. I don't know if like they search it either, but like the legality of it seems
Wait,
so
so it gets
sketchy.
shipped to you?
Yeah, from wherever the fuck it
You can
grows, it
buy
gets
it
packaged.
online, gets shipped to you. You don't have to go and pick it up.
Yeah,
That
little
sounds
babies
illegal.
doing something about it.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah, it sounds illegal, dude, but it is definitely like legal. There's like nothing about it that's bad, I guess. It's sold
And
as THCA.
you said this was your coworker?
My coworker
And
told
your
me about it.
coworker actually
and-
got it.
Well, I'm not going to get into the macroeconomics of it, but essentially,
Of course.
and just in case on like the legality of it, I don't really, I don't want to get him in trouble.
Obviously, you smoke a lot. Philly,
What
you
makes you say
don't.
that?
So
Sadly.
yeah, sadly, yeah, you got.
No, but I get what you're saying because there's a place I can't remember exactly. I think it's down south somewhere in Ohio. You can actually go on their website and order it and have it shipped to your house. So yeah,
See,
no, this is a real
that
thing.
is
I have heard of
wild,
this.
considering just a few years ago when you couldn't, like, it was a whole different outlook on things like that. Like, you couldn't, smoking weed was bad. It was not
it was
like how
frowned
it is
upon.
today, where
Yeah.
it's like, it kind of looks like alcohol today. But the
Which
fact
is
that
how
you
it
can
should
just
be.
get that shipped to your house that's a crazy thing.
You can get
I
it
don't know.
shipped, and I don't know prices anywhere else, but here I was looking, or my friend of a friend was looking. Not me. I don't want to get in trouble if it is illegal. But my friend of a friend was looking at the prices, and dude, this is like cheap weed. I guess Little Baby is doing something about it. I don't know if that's his like
The
government name.
rapper?
The rapper, dude. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's not his government name, but so is this actual weed or is this like one of the synthetic like Delta 8 and THCA?
It's supposed to be THCA, and from what I can like look at, is THCA is just like weed. But like once you burn it, okay, it's like premature. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field. I can just do one of the things, but I was
just
looking at
smoke
it,
it.
and
We all, yeah.
yeah.
We all
Yeah.
all do it. Says the one that doesn't smoke.
I think everyone in this Discord knows you smoke and he smokes and
That's fair,
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to vent our problems to the universe, you know.
So how would something like that be legal though? Like, because I know that if you get caught, say we live in Virginia and DC is close by. It's legal in Virginia. It wasn't always legal, but there was a time when we would have to go to DC and pick up this weed. And I've got a story actually about picking up weed in DC. It was so sketchy. Oh, but I'll try and stay on topic here. We were taking weed from DC, and I know that the laws back then where it was illegal, if you were bringing weed across an illegal state, like across the state lines, that was considered it was like distribution or something like that. I'm not really sure, but
Intent
it
to
was
sell.
it was no, it was smuggling. It was a smuggling charge if you brought it over across an illegal state. And if you are
Some type of trafficking.
bringing, so I mean, say that you had something based in California. Say this was based in California. I don't know where it's based, but if it was based in California, shipping that across the country, I don't think you'd be able to get fully across to Virginia going through all legal states. And I'm pretty sure that's a federal crime too, so I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I
But
wonder.
that just seems like it's a.
I wonder if it's maybe state by state basis. So maybe there, dispensaries in, for me, Ohio, which there's a dispensary like 5 minutes from my house, but that you can order, but it has to be in your state. Like you can't ship it out of state, maybe.
Yeah, and
That's what
Because
then they would have to have spots in each
Proof.
legal state, which I mean, I guess is possible. But even in Virginia right now, like it's legal, but we can't. We have, I think, 2 dispensaries, or at least that's what it was a couple of years ago. We only have 2 dispensaries where we can buy things, and the prices are ridiculous.
Dude,
Like,
they're
I'm
astronomical.
sure.
double.
Have you
what
looked
you
and
would get.
seen? Have you seen if there's any online presence for that? So, like, can you go to their website, see if you never know? Maybe they started, shipping this stuff,
Yeah, I
but in
mean,
state.
yeah, it's
Well, this website is Lil Baby, most trustworthy guy I
the
think ever.
rapper.
The
Let's make
rapper,
that
yeah.
clear, just in case anyone's confused.
Yeah, he raps or
Yeah,
something.
we don't let babies smoke in this Discord.
Yeah. Before I forget about this, because it was an experience and I will never do it again. So me and my buddy, shout out to MJ, sup MJ. We decided to go pick up some weed. Whenever it was illegal in Virginia, we decided to go up to DC, and it's 4 hours away from where we are, so it's not a short trip. It's pretty lengthy trip. So we decided to go, and I was completely unprepared. It was raining the entire time. I mean, it was not just light raining. It was like significant rain to the point where I couldn't see the lines in the road. So we started from my house, and we headed up the interstate. And about 30 minutes into the trip, my windshield wipers, the little rubber piece on the windshield wipers that
Oh,
push the water,
I already know.
it started to rip off. So I thought I could let it go for a little bit because I didn't think it would get worse, but it did get worse. And it got to the point where the plastic or the rubber was off of it, and it was scraping on my windshield. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta pull over or something. And it was raining so hard at this point. So I turned off the windshield wipers, and I could not see a damn thing out my windshield. And I was like, oh no. So I had to drive probably 10 miles to the next exit. Pulled off in the exit. I was able to stop at an O'Reilly's and get a new set of windshield wipers. I got 2 of them because I didn't want to have this happen to the other one because they were old. So stopped there, picked up some Wendy's because Wendy's was right next to it, and I was hungry. So we were on the road. I had food, new windshield wipers. I could actually see. Life was good. It was good up until we got into DC. And when you get into DC on the interstate, there's lights everywhere. And the lights were shining off of the water because it had been raining all day. There was flooding on the interstate. Couldn't see anything on the road. All you saw was a reflection of lights. So I'm sitting here driving going to pick up weed, trying to be, an upstanding citizen, following all the road laws and everything else like that. It was fine going into DC because we didn't have anything. But once we got into DC, we had agreed to meet up at Walmart because it wasn't like a regular dispensary where you go in and buy it. In DC, you have to go to a meetup location, a public area, and this guy brings you weed. But it's not, you don't buy the weed, you have to, it's a gifting system. So you buy, I guess in our case, we bought a black plastic bag because that was the only extra thing that we had. We bought, it was a ridiculous amount of weed. Like, I mean, it was probably, I think it was over $1,000 worth of weed.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, but it wasn't just me. It was like me and my grandparents because my grandparents smoked. But I mean, it was a couple different people.
I said the
Okay.
coolest grandparents in the world.
Yeah. So we get to this meetup spot. We agreed on a Walmart. I think I already said that, but it was the sketchiest Walmart I've ever seen. It was kind of like a CVS where it's like on the corner of a block or something. Like it looked like a
Okay.
corner store. It was so weird. But it was a 2-level Walmart. I guess like the bottom was the workers and like storage or something like that. And then upstairs was the Walmart. And if anybody is from the DC area, you know exactly what Walmart I'm talking about because there's not many. We went up to the Walmart because we were about an hour early, I think it was, to the meet time because we wanted to set it up, give us enough,
The meat time. This is
yeah,
like a plug setup.
the meetup.
I'm
Like
telling you,
it was already
this is like
sketchy
a
as is because it was illegal. What were you saying?
This is a straight up drug deal. I mean, like,
It was.
yeah.
It was a legal drug deal, and it still felt sketchy. But we decided to go shopping at this Walmart because we didn't have anything else to do, and when in Rome, you know. So sketchiest damn Walmart. Everything, and I'm not shitting you. Food, everything was locked up. I mean, you couldn't go to the clothing section without it being locked up. I mean, it was that bad. That was the first red flag we had. Second red flag was whenever the guy actually pulled up. The guy pulled up in a spray painted gold 1995 BMW. Like, this shit looked like it was pieced together
The
as
classic
is. And
plug pickup, dude.
bro, the gold spray paint was the only thing holding this piece of shit together. Only thing. So this guy gets out and he was like, "You Cody?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "I got your order. You want to meet me over here by my car?" And I was like,
Oh God.
MJ, help. MJ was like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do it." I was like, "Thank God." MJ is he's the kind of people that he, like, nothing really bothers him. He'll go up and talk to anybody. So thank God I had him with me. He goes
this is
up and he
Cuz
starts
Lightyear,
talking
yeah?
to people. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Cuz Lightyear.
Okay.
So he comes up to the door, and the guy rolls down his window. It was just him, only guy there, and he had like 3 black bags. He goes and he gives us the black bag. He's like, "Here's your gift," and no, he was like, "Here's your bag and your gifts inside." So we take it. We take all the 3 bags and we go and sit in our car. And as soon as we got in the car, we started looking through everything. He was still sitting behind us, which made me feel good. Like, you know, he wasn't going to drive off. So, you know, he was giving us the chance to look through everything. We looked through everything, and when we go to pull off, he goes and pulls off after us. So everything was in there. It was really good. I think they gave us like 3 extra gummies. So maybe that was Well, no, that couldn't have been what we paid for because you can't pay for weed. You have to be gifted the weed. So I really don't. The only thing that I can think of that was bought was the black plastic bags. And it was literally like if you went to an ABC or like a liquor store, those black bags. That's what we got.
Mm.
So weird way to skirt the law, but if it works, I guess.
Okay.
So I spent $1,000 on 3 black bags. And we got all kinds of weird things. Like there was THC THC chapstick, which I need to explain that
What?
too. We were so it's a tropical. They're not really
Topical?
a topical, whatever. Tropical, topical, it's all
Top of the skin, baby. I get it.
whatever. Topical, tropical. So it was a topical, and it had weed in it. So we were driving down the road, and I had eaten an edible. I was worried about eating too many edibles because this was right around the time I started smoking. I didn't have any connections. That's the reason I went to DC. So, I had this chapstick and I put it on my lips, and I think I Googled it while we were driving down the interstate to see if topicals would actually like affect you, and I saw that it didn't. I was like, why the fuck did I buy this? So I straight up extended the chapstick. I extended the chapstick and fucking ate a stick of it. Like
What? Ate chapstick?
because I felt ripped off. I wanted to be able to like, you know.
That's wild, dog.
Did he swallow?
Yes, I swallowed it. I fucking ate it and I started to chew it. And I realized that was a bad idea because it was coating my teeth. So I just swallowed the rest of it.
Why didn't you try to like smoke it? Like a dab, dude.
Fuck no, dude.
Chapstick.
What is that
It was
word?
fucking
Dog,
chapstick. I'm gonna so instead of coating the inside of my mouth, I'm gonna coat the inside of my lungs with chapstick juice. I think that was the worst alternative.
Enough, you know.
It's not wax. So anyway,
this is coming from a guy who never smoked a dab in his life. I just thought it'd be a good idea. I'm no Marine here, but anyway. Keep going.
oh God. So at this point, I had eaten probably 2 edibles and a half a stick of chapstick. And I wasn't really
So 3 edibles.
So I wasn't really feeling anything at this point, and I was like, bro, I'm just gonna eat like a lot, and like I'm gonna eat all the edibles I got. I think it was like 500 milligrams total was what I had, and I had eaten probably at this point 250. So I had, and that's not counting the chapstick, so it was probably like half of what I had. So I decided to eat the other half, and then I had bought some pins, like some vape pins. I started smoking it while we were going down. That's right after I took the edibles, so I was already high as shit. And this is right whenever I started smoking, so I had no tolerance. Already high as shit. And then I didn't think that I had already eaten 500 milligrams of edibles. And I was like,
Hey Google.
fuck, I am way too high right now. Like, what am I going to do if these edibles start hitting me? And I was like, MJ, if this shit starts hitting me too hard, I'm going to have you drive. He's like, all right. Ended up that I guess I got some bad edibles because that shit did not hit me at all. Like the entire trip. I was worried that I was going to start tripping out or something. I didn't. But yeah, that's basically the story. Oh, well, I forgot to mention. So the part where the water was flooding the roads and there were a bunch of lights, that was so sketcy driving out of DC. We passed, I swear, like 5 cops on the way out of DC. we had $1,000 of weed on us, and which granted is not crazy amount, but like
That's a lot of
me
money,
just started
dude.
smoking $1,000 of weed, and I'm scared I'm gonna get caught smuggling drugs into Virginia. So we passed 5 cops. I can't see shit on the road. So as I'm passing these cops, I'm in the middle of fucking lanes, and I'm like, oh my God, this is awful. But I kind of think they understood because it was so rainy and so
Yeah.
like just flooded outside. That they just like, yeah, I understand. But no, it was so sketchy because I tried for the life of me to stay within the lines. And I couldn't. I could not. So bad. So that's my weed story.
I have a similar
Anybody
one,
else have a weed
50%.
story?
I
Well,
was
let
gonna
me ask
say,
this question before you do this.
Mhm.
What was the first thing y'all smoked out of? What
First, okay.
weed.
All right.
joint, I guess.
So I'll say the
Joint?
first
It was
time that I
joint, yeah.
started smoking, I don't want to keep taking over this podcast, but the first time that I was smoking, I had listened, it was actually from a podcast, is what it was what made me want to smoke. It was the Misfits podcast, and it was a group of YouTubers that I knew, and they decided to make a podcast. So I watched it, and their first episode was talking about this adventure that they went on, to fuck, I can't remember where. Oh man, it's gonna bug me. But they went on this trip, and it's a Germany or something like that. And they had taken edibles before they got on the plane. So that was an experience. They had taken like mushrooms or something why they were there. They took LSD. It was LSD. They took LSD and they were
Oh my
tripping
God.
balls. Yeah.
On a fucking plane is
It was
crazy.
like, it was a whole group of their friends. So it was like if we took our Discord out to fucking Germany. Oh, I guess Mexico for us because they were over in the UK. But if we went to like
Them
Mexico
UK
and
folk.
tripped balls on acid, that's kind of how it was. I guess maybe not Mexico. Mexico's a bad choice compared to what they had. But anyway, I thought that podcast was so fucking funny that I had to like I wanted to try weed. I started listening to more and more of their episodes, and they were constantly talking about weed. Bad influence, probably, but it was so funny. Like, in thinking about it now, I'd love to go back and listen to their like first episodes because it was great. But
Yeah, on
yeah,
that note, welcome to the Borderline podcast. 18 plus, please. You know, anyway, well, keep going.
But I had wanted to smoke weed, and I didn't have any like I had friends that smoked weed. And this is where my friend MJ comes back into picture. So he was really the only person at this point that I knew that smoked weed because it was still illegal and people were kind of hush hush about it. So I was like, MJ, I want to try weed. Like, can you get me some? And he was like, yeah, I can get you some. I can get you, like, how much are you wanting? And I was like, what? How the fuck am I supposed to know how much I want? I don't know what this shit comes in. Can I get a number 2? I don't know. I asked him how, like, what, like, basically what can I order? Like, how does this come? And he was like,
Hold the
well,
list.
you can do $20 or you can do $50 or you can do, I was like, just let's do 20. And he was like, all right. So I think it was like a gram at the time because it was still like pretty expensive.
God damn.
It was a lot. Yeah, I know. It was a lot.
Wait,
But
so a gram, you got to put this in dumb man terms who hasn't
all right,
smoked in a long
so
time.
That's like 2 nuggets,
Um,
maybe.
so
2
an
nugs.
ounce is, yeah,
No, maybe not. That's depending. Okay, small nuggets. That's like 2 nuggets.
28
around
grams
here-
an ounce, and an ounce is
Around
like
here-
a bag of weed.
When around here when I started smoking, I was obviously like 15, 16, I don't know. But we bought just like 20 sacks. So like if we were going to a party, we just bought like a 20 sack. I couldn't tell you how much was in it. The bag was full, and that's what it was. You know, it was just like a little. It
The
wasn't even a
bag
bag,
was
really.
full.
Yeah, what the
No,
fuck,
it was
dude? How
It
much?
wasn't really bag. It was like they took some saran wrap, put it on the table, put the weed in it, and then
and burned
just
it.
kind of.
Oh.
Wouldn't burn it, but they just put it in that fucking thing, and then we call it a 20 sack because it's technically not a bag, But anyway,
Oh man,
I don't know how much was in it. I couldn't tell you. I could try to figure out, but it's been so long.
there's no way you'll be able to figure it out now.
No, probably not.
Shit, this whole podcast is gonna be about weed. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I hope my mom.
I know
doesn't see
it's
this.
okay.
But anyway,
I hope my mom don't see
We
it.
can move out. We can move on.
I can move out. I've been moved out for
No,
fucking
no,
10 years.
you-
Whenever I first started smoking weed, this is another little. God, I got into a lot of sketchy situations, and if weed was just legal, we wouldn't get into these kind of situations. But for some reason, I did get into these situations. So I didn't know. I didn't know how to buy weed back in the day. So it was kind of like people that I was working with, and at the time I wasn't a supervisor, so it was a little different. I could just go up to somebody and be like, "You smoke? Like, do you know where to get weed?" And there was a guy that I worked with, and he always talked about. God, he was a character. He always talked about his previous job. Actually, I think he still did that job as like when he worked at the same place that I did. But he went and cleaned up dead bodies, like whether somebody had passed away in their sleep 3 weeks ago, or if somebody was shot and their brains are splattered all against the wall. He would go and clean up these scenes. So he was, and the reason I say this is because he was kind of a fucked up individual. Like, he wasn't all there. He was all there, but you can tell that shit didn't really bother him, I guess, if that would be a way to describe it. But he said that he smoked weed, and he said he could get me a quarter ounce, a quarter pound, which was 4 ounces, for $500. And that was pretty good, and I think still now it's pretty decent. But he said he could get it from California, and I gave him the money. Didn't get ripped. Well, I kind of got ripped off, but he didn't straight up take my money. But I gave him the $500, and I didn't hear shit for like 2 weeks. He was like, "It's coming, it's coming," because I worked with him. I saw him every day. And it got like to 2 weeks, and I was like, "Where is the weed? Like, I gave you the money like 2 weeks ago." And he was like, "It's coming, but
never give the money
if
first.
you wanted to make some money, I know a guy who will send you to California to go pick this stuff up, and you'd make like $1,000." And I was like, $1,000 on top of the weed? And he was like, "Yeah, it'd be like $1,500. I was like, "Damn, that sounds like a good idea." Me being fucking stupid. And thank God my buddy was like, "Dude, don't do that. That is about the dumbest shit you can do." So I didn't do it, but it ended up being like 4 weeks until I got the weed. I finally got the weed.
4 weeks.
He finally told me it came in, and then he needed me to go pick it up. This guy worked with me, and he had me drive a fucking hour and a half to wherever the fuck he lived. Why he lived so far away from where he worked, I will never know. But we drive there, and I'm going to have to set up a little bit of backstory, but I used to carry this backpack into work because I worked in an office, and I'd carry like keyboard and mouse and shit like that because
Nerd.
whatever. But I always had this backpack that I carried into work. That's basically what I'm getting at here. And I decided to bring this backpack to go pick up a quarter pound of weed. We go and pick it up, and he's sitting here, like, as soon as we get there, he's like, "Here, you wanna try this? You wanna try this, man?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. All right." So we were smoking with him for probably a good hour and a half, maybe. Waiting for my weed. I had still not seen my weed at this point. He finally gets my weed. gives it to me, and I put it into this backpack that I bring to work every single day. Very bad idea. Because my backpack did not smell right for the next 6 months. Every time I would open it up, it would just be like a whiff of weed that would just hit me in the face. And I had this one guy who had came up to my desk. He had asked me for like, there was a paper he needed to fill out, and he needed a pen. So I opened up my bag to get a pen out, and it's filled my entire office with the smell of weed. And he was like, God damn, what the hell you smoking? I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, my buddy borrowed my backpack. I don't fucking know what the smell is from. I don't smoke. This isn't me. He was like, yeah, okay, I know what you've been doing.
Some head-ass excuse I'd give to my mom, bro.
Oh, God, that was so embarrassing. I've had some embarrassing stories at work.
The first thing I ever smoked weed in was a corn pipe, and it was that one time at band camp. One time at band camp, I was kind of peer pressured into smoking, and so smoked out of the corn pipe. I was like, damn, this shit burns, and then it's like hit me, and then we go back to band camp because like they let us go for lunch. And I'm sitting in the band room.
This is actually band camp.
Yes, like we had summer camp.
So
I think
this is
doesn't Aiden
school
do
activity.
Like yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
So we left school to go to my buddy's house. We smoke. This is like the first time I've ever even seen weed. I never looked it up. Nothing. I'm an 8th grader at the time. So how old does that make you? 14, 15, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about
13-ish.
Right. Nah, I think 13. Yeah, I think 15 is a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even hold the lighter like this. Like, I kept burning my thumb. So they held the lighter for me.
Rookie
and
move.
then I just did one of these, hit the thing. And then we go back to band camp, and I'm sitting in the band room and holding I played the trombone of all things. And like, dude, I'm like looking at my buddy who plays tuba. He's across the room. He's the one that forced me to smoke this weed.
Okay. All right, bud.
Listen.
The victim?
I'm wording like in my I'm mouthing to him, Mr. Sims was his name, Sims. I'm like, Mr. Sims knows, bro.
Mr. Anderson.
So all he sees is stop laughing. Like and my eyes, my fucking eyes are red as shit, and I like droopy, and oh god. But yeah, anyway, that was my first time smoking weed.
Yeah, my story was fucking boring, dude. I just had joint.
So I would rather smoke a joint,
Joint was my first, but I'll go into my story a different time. I want to go back like 5 stories ago on first time buying weed. I'm originally from California. This shit fucking in Cali, dude, was so easy to come by. Apparently all the shit that I went to, like all the dispensaries, found out later, like after I moved, they all got shut down because they got raided and shit because they were illegal, right?
All right, in California, they were illegal in California.
Well, they're like
how bad you gotta be to be illegal in California?
There's literally like, okay, one of the ones I went to, there's a security guard, right? Man's had one eyeball, dude. He fucking dead-eyed me every time I went in there.
Dead.
But no, that dude was hella cool, man. I was going underage. I will admit that. I didn't get ID'd, so that's how I knew they were hella sketch. But no, like going in there, like it was just so simple. I'm like, can I get an 1/8 of like strawberry kush or something, or like something? I don't know. And they're like, yeah, fuck it, and they gave it to me, right? I came over here, and it was instantly like, it was like a temperature change. I don't know what the fuck a marijuana store looks like out here. But anyways,
gas station.
The gas station for sure. But no, I found one. I found one in a like a town nearby us, and I went in there, dude, and I just wanted to pick up flour. Like that's all I wanted to do. So I went in there and I'm like, so what do you guys have for sale? And he was like, oh, for sale? We don't have anything. And I'm like, dude, there's a sign out. There's a sign in the front.
This is in
All
Virginia.
I want to do is just buy some weed, man.
But
This
he
is
was
in
like,
Virginia.
this is in Virginia now.
Virginia, yeah.
Now this is taking place in Virginia. I was like, dude, there's a big old marijuana leaf outside, man. Like, I know you got something. But he was like, no, we don't sell anything. But if you want to make a donation, and then at the same time, when he's saying donation, he's pointing down on his fucking glass display case. And I saw 3.5 $25. What's the next fucking one? 7 grams, like $60. Fucking, and then it goes in increments, right? Like the weed increments, like an eighth, a fucking 1/4 and whatnot. I saw those and I was like, okay. And he was like, if you want to make a donation, and he starts pointing, and I'm like, dude, what is going on, man? You said you didn't have weed. You're pointing at clearly weed related things. And I see the bongs, like they're right there. But I go in and he starts like, if you want to make a donation of $10, after that, you can pick from any of these 6 items or some shit. That was the fucking piece of paper he was pointing at. I'm like, dude, I guess. I gave him $10. He gave me a little card with like marijuana leaves on it, and he stamps one. He was like, "That's for your first purchase." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I haven't." Like, what can I purchase? And he starts pulling out weed, and I was like, dude, this lying sack of shit. What the fuck? I guess shit is dealt with donations out here. I never fucking knew that. I guess that's a bypass.
He's like, get
Getting
the fucking
around it.
hint, bro.
I was such a foreigner.
Just a lonely guy from California. Please help me. Oh.
Yeah, that was like the weirdest experience I've had with fucking weed. It was so complicated for zero reason.
Oh yeah.
That's how a lot of it is here in Virginia. And I'm sure you guys have dispensaries in Ohio, or
Yeah,
am I
so I
mistaken
mean,
on
I think
that?
it's a new thing. I think it's kind of new, obviously, because it just passed. But there is one in Seville, which is like the neighboring department that I work for. And then the one town that I drive through every morning to go to the plant, that's Seville there. And then because before it was legal, like all of my friends that smoke here would drive to Michigan because it's legal. It was always legal up there. So, but they just started. I know the city that I work for. I won't say it because I ain't trying to, lose my job.
Dox
Um,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah. They were asked if they could if they would let a dispensary open, and they denied it, which I think is stupid as far as like money making. It's legal now, right? So, it's just like alcohol technically, besides if you're like a federal employee or you have a CDL or something, which sucks, I will state. But they denied it, and I'm like, dude, like that's the perfect way to make money because you have a freaking highway that runs through your town. They could get off the exit. How many stoners are gonna get off the exit and buy freaking weed?
Yeah,
And you could
right off
tax the
the
crap out of
interstate,
them. City
like,
taxes.
oh, we're in
Yeah.
a legal state.
So,
shit.
yeah. And that same highway, guess what, runs through that other town, Seville, that I said. So they were smart at least. But yeah, I mean, while Ishmael's gone,
Fucking lately, dude. Graham, for people that don't know, is a new member of the Discord. He joined not too long ago. But I guess they're fucking like Australian or some shit, right? So they got different time zones.
I guess
And
they're like Australians.
these guys, dude, I swear to God, we fucking got one, and then like a fucking fleet of them came or some shit. There's more than 4. They're just surrounding us. There's so fucking many of them. So many funny like words being thrown around. It's actually like, it's so weird because so the one that joined, she became an admin. She's very cool.
Yeah, how the fuck
she-
she become an admin? Whose idea was that shit?
But what is it called?
Yeah, it's funny that he just put that in the comments. I don't know if you saw that, Ishmael.
What? Oh, I'm fucking. Hang on.
because this was actually on topic for what we wanted to talk about, Mr. Graham. Go ahead, Ishmael.
Okay, yeah, no, I was just gonna keep going about like how this fucking the main Australian that came in, like the first one of the generation, I guess.
First generation Australian.
She came in and like instantly she's super cool, like she's just chill, she's just a homie, I guess.
One of the
But
boys.
yeah, she's just one of the boys, but very quickly she like got a camera and just started like giving us a POV entrance into the Australian livelihoods, dude. And they're kind of like us, kind of.
But
They
this
spell
was
shit
also
funny.
they do spell shit funny. But this was also to increase her, her quality of her stream and everything. Shout out Gucci Sushi
Yeah.
on Twitch.
right.
But yeah. They we love our Australian pals. Ain't that right, Grizzy
Yeah,
Graham?
even if y'all can't spell color correctly or favorite,
We're favorite.
Favorite.
and many other things, you know.
Yeah, there's some other things I can't
no,
think of it off the top of my head.
I just think it's kind of funny how we interact or meet some of these people that join the Discord, and I think it's pretty cool to see the Discord grow, especially recently. But for example, me and Cody were playing poker on VR. What's that? Poker Stars? Is that what it's called, Cody?
Poker Stars, yeah.
Yeah. So at the time, I didn't have a VR headset, and Cody here got me to freaking download it on the computer. So I'm sitting
How
here
many
just
times have
like
you
this,
played it so far?
playing poker, a ton. And here's fucking Cody. I can't see him on my monitor, and he's talking to somebody, and I can't see them. And I was like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" So I open his stream up, and I see this animated character of a female punching the snot out of me. And I'm like, tell that fucking bitch to quit, like fuck that bitch. I was going kind of crazy, and if you know me, it's not out of the norm. And anyway, so now we're all friends, which hoots to her for not being upset that I called her many, many, many names. And yeah, so here we are.
It's
We have
pretty lit.
Australians in the Discord, and they're trying to take it over.
Yeah, so we're diverse people. If you guys want to join, we're diverse as hell
Absolutely.
now, dude.
Diverse.
Yeah,
Speaking of diverse, we're two white guys and a Mexican. That's why we're the
Oh, dog.
Borderline podcast. It's
Yeah.
a little funny play on words.
So if you got some kind words in the chat to say about Ishmael here, we want to see him with a camera pretty soon.
Trying to get him to get a camera. We offered him a camera. We've got an extra camera, and he didn't want to take it. So
They live too far away. It's not worth the drive.
too far away. I'm his neighbor. Our houses connect, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And,
It is what it is.
I just looked at my camera. It's right here below my feet. I could give it to you right now. We could do it in the middle of the stream. We could do it in the middle of the podcast right now.
Yeah.
No. This segment out the window. Yeah.
Ishmael's reality is an Asian hot babe with a voice changer.
I could always bring the voice changer out for a podcast. I could be the special guest. I could be the special guest. That'd be great.
Like super dark room. Something just see your silhouette.
Yeah.
It's like Love on the Spectrum. Anyway, go ahead, Ishmael.
Okay, dude. Okay, I'm gonna go on that one.
Have you guys ever seen that show though?
Yeah,
Have
that
you ever
one
seen
is
that show?
pretty lit. Yeah,
that shit's crazy. Or the
crazy.
the what is it? Downs cooking.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Theo Vaughn did one with him.
Breakfast.
Yeah. I saw that.
That was pretty lit.
Oh man, that shit was funny. That's Theo Vaughn is funny. Theo Vaughn is a good comedian. He can think of things up on the spot, and he's got that kind of, I don't know.
I think that's all. I think it's all the coke, honestly.
Off the coke. Yeah, it could be.
that he's done.
There's some funny ass
You
people.
think?
Yeah, including.
I think drugs make you
Alright.
funnier. Controversial topic. Heading into a segue.
Okay. Drugs
Controversial
make you
topic,
funny.
dude. I think drugs. Well, okay. Take it as in like comedians are some of the saddest people on earth, right? But they're fucking funny, dude. Like a lot of them
It's true.
end up dying somehow, self-inflicted somehow. But dude, the shit that they go through, like the drugs that they take, drugs make funny, I think.
It's the trauma. The trauma is what's
It's
funny.
the trauma, but it is the trauma.
Ishmael, you want to talk about some of your trauma now? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
Let's
No,
save it
let's,
for
let's
another
not go into
podcast.
that. It's for another day.
Um,
Trauma about your
shift gears.
breakfast.
Oh,
Yeah,
about my
trauma about
breakfast, dog. I fucking work breakfast shift today, dude, and it's a chill ass shift. It always is. It's a fucking. By the way, for those that don't know, I work at a restaurant. Today I worked fucking morning shift. These fuckers expecting me to get up at 7. That's early for fucking me.
It's pretty early, yeah. Did you have to be
Yeah,
there at
7 is
7, or is that just what time?
Nah, I
you
had to
go
be
work
there at
if you get there on
8:30.
time? Okay.
Yeah, it's a drive to get to my
A
work.
little bit more manageable, but still not preferable. Or
Nah,
preferable.
dude.
Is that the right way to
And,
say
like-
it? I guess that would be.
Probably for Australians.
Something with a U in it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preferable.
By the way, for those that don't know, we have an audience watching us. So if you guys hear us refer to Graham or Emma or like other entities, we're just reading what they typed in chat.
And if you guys are down to join and be involved with the next podcast, we do one a month. If you guys are down to join, you can join at RBDhub.com or discord.gg/RBDhub. We'll also put that in the show notes and in the comments on the Discord section.
Good
Hell
plug.
yeah.
Good plug.
I know.
Hell
I
yeah.
know. That's what I'm here for.
Just a slight plug.
Slight plug.
Went a lot.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. And we have
Shameless
shameless plug on there too. So if you guys stream or anything like that, you want to put your stream out to a wider audience, we have that as an option as well if you guys join the Discord. I'm going to stop shameless plugging now. You can go ahead and continue with your story.
If I'm gonna be honest, it's probably I'm gonna be honest. Fuck. Sorry.
Be honest.
I completely forgot what we were talking about. I think I have high lethal doses of marijuana.
Probably all that illegal marijuana that you've bought over the internet.
No, I haven't yet. I want to. That brings me back to work. Yeah, fuck.
That your boss brought to. Oh yeah, you were talking about.
No, yeah, it was.
You hate it.
Yeah. No, well, okay. I don't hate morning shift because it's a chill ass shift. Today, my head chef wanted to be Mr. Teacher for the day, I guess, or something, or not for the day. Now we're gonna do it, but he assigned us shit, dude. And it was pretty dope. But like, I couldn't go into other like fucking things I could cook or some shit. I had to wait for a pot to be washed just so I can do fucking Brussels sprouts. Like that was my objective for the day until I could leave, I guess. And fuck, like breakfast for me, I'm not a real big guy about it. Like I normally don't eat it just because it gives me the squirts after. I don't know if that's like a me thing.
Oh my god.
That's a you thing, brother.
Dude, no, it fucking hurts, man. I'll eat breakfast.
It hurts.
My stomach hurts, bro. No, dude, not these squirts. These ones are hurty, like dead ass.
My god.
But yeah, I'll eat breakfast.
That it hurts, honestly.
Well, I don't know. It's something about my stomach or something. Because, dude, I eat hot sauce out the ass, or just like salsa, anything spicy. I put a jalapeno, more than one jalapeno on my burger every time I eat a burger.
We know what
like,
you and Abigail do is what I'm trying to get at.
At that point, like if it's that stretched out, they're all squirts.
They might, yeah. Or just falls out like a faucet.
I'm not sure I'm picking up what you guys are putting down.
It's
What'd I
alright,
get
keep
you for
going.
Christmas, Ishmael?
Oh God.
God damn.
So
Should we
now
put
you
the
know what we're
Amazon
talking
link
about.
on screen?
Anyway, yeah.
No,
It's
Anyway,
I
there.
get.
you get the
But anyway,
squirts. You
continue.
get the squirts when you eat breakfast.
Yeah, that's
Is it all
my moral of the
breakfast, or
story.
it's just
I don't know. I just eat before fucking 12 p.m. and it hurts. It hurts bad.
Really?
it
And
hurts?
I
It
was
hurts
wondering if
until
you
you go to the
guys.
bathroom, or it hurts while you're going to the bathroom?
No,
I
it
guess
hurts
that's it.
leading up to the point of the bathroom. You know when you get a fucking like upset stomach and then like you feel your asshole pucker up like a battering
Right,
ram.
but I've also had
Like a
the
batter
squirts
ram.
after Taco Bell and Diablo
Well,
sauce, and it's
that's
not fun. So I
Listen,
didn't know if
but
it
yeah,
hurt
after
yeah, that's
during
Taco Bell,
or
dude. You
if it
just
hurt.
said it yourself.
But Taco Bell, like, it doesn't happen that quick. You know what I mean?
Taco Bell does,
No,
dude. It's
so
just
Taco
straight
Bell
up trash.
doesn't, but there's this local restaurant, El Ranchero. We go there, and like I usually don't eat there because one, their service is dog shit. Shout out. And two, every time I eat 15 minutes afterwards, I have to shit my brains out. And it's not a normal shit. It is liquid. I am shitting out liquid. How does
Have you looked at
three
like their
soft
health department
tacos and a
reviews?
side of rice turn into liquid shit in 15 minutes? It's not, something is not right. But
You know what
it
you're
really
intaking,
fucks with
right?
my guts. I know what I'm intaking. It's 3 soft tacos and a side of rice. I get it every time I go there because I'm
Pure
white.
hot garbage, dude. That's what you're.
And I don't even eat it with hot sauce either, so it's not really that
You
hot.
shit
I'll
out
eat it
what
with
you
some
eat.
salsa.
I'm just saying.
So let me explain how I eat my tacos. So I'll go to a Mexican restaurant, and this is a couple different places. Sometimes I'll get something different, but this is what I've eaten for most of my life. Well, when I was younger, I used to eat chicken nuggets and fries.
Hasn't changed.
At the Mexican
Chicken
restaurant.
nugget boy.
That
He
was
a
until
chicken
I
nugget
was
kid all the
about
way.
16, 17, and then I was like, I like tacos too. Might as well try it. So I was eating soft tacos and a side of rice. And I would take the rice. As soon as I got the rice, it would be hot as fuck. They'd say, hot plate, hot plate. I was like,
Plato
whoa.
caliente.
So I'd take the hot plate, rice. Now I'd take a little bit of salsa and I'd pour that, you know. And then I mix it all together with the rice. So the rice was now mixed with salsa. And then I take that salsa rice, put it on my soft taco. And I don't like a lot of meat. So honestly, I'd take like half of the meat out of the taco, put it into the little, aluminum wrap that they had, keeping it warm and stuff. I put it in there. The reason I would do that is because I would crunch it all up to where the waitress couldn't see the extra meat that I had scooped off of my taco, because they'd usually come up to me and they'd be like, "Oh, did you not like the taco?" And I was like, no, I loved it. I just don't like meat.
Why did the waitress become Chinese?
No, I don't know. I'm talking like
I understood it.
But
Mexican
anyway,
food.
see, he understood. So they would always come up to me and ask me, like, did you not like it? So that's why I'd always scoop it into the aluminum and then crunch it up before the waitress came back. So then I'd have tacos with half the meat. And anytime that I would ask, like, I don't want to waste it, but anytime that I would ask them for light meat or like half the amount of meat, they'd be like, "Okay." I'm like, never mind. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. Just give me a taco.
You're speaking too many words per minute for them, dude.
I know. So, I would use, that's why I would scoop it out into the aluminum. So then, after I scooped out half of that meat, I would take some of the salsa rice and I'd dump it into the taco. So I'd have like a taco with salsa rice. That shit was great. I still love it. I haven't been ordering it here lately, but I did order it like a couple weeks ago. Oh my God. It brought me back.
You're making
But
me hungry,
anyway,
dude.
I know. I'm getting hungry.
So that
too,
gives
and
you the
it's too late to get
squirts.
any food.
Milo.
So yeah,
know.
I eat it, and I will immediately 15 minutes after get the liquid shits, and I don't know how. How does a taco and rice turn into liquid so quick?
Mm.
Yeah.
So Milo eats breakfast, gets the squirts. You eat tacos, you get the squirts only from El Ranchero. And I
Way to
don't
dodge
know
this.
what gives me the shits besides my medicine, but it doesn't normally start as the shits. It starts as like this fucking air pocket in my fucking gully that just freaking releases itself. And at last minute, it's like, oh, that's not a fart. Let's go to the bathroom. So, as far as your question, Milo, do we eat breakfast? Well, obviously, some of you know, but me and Cody work third shift. So, if you consider us getting off work and eating breakfast, yeah, I eat something sometimes before I go to bed. Depends on how tired I am.
But
Or,
that's not technically breakfast, I guess. Well, I guess it is in the morning because I said 12. But
right. So
I
yeah,
meant like just waking up. Like as soon as you wake up, do you guys eat breakfast or do you
yes,
just chill out? Really?
yes, I do.
Are
Only
you one for
because
breakfast food?
I freaking love breakfast food.
Okay.
But if I don't eat right away, or like, not right away, but like within an hour or two, my sugar just goes haywire and drops. And I actually passed out twice in school because I wouldn't eat before. Because
This is like high
I wouldn't
school, or
eat.
this is like fire school?
Yeah. So no,
High school. Okay.
fifth grade, I passed out like mid walk, dude. I was walking
Fuck
towards the door,
yeah.
passed out, bam, hit my head on the doorknob, dude. And then passed
Oh,
out.
that's
I
why
think it
you
was
look like
my
that.
yeah. Uh, Easy for you to say when you're hiding behind a screen. On the camera. So and then I think it was my junior year. I passed out in anatomy class, and I remember we were talking about sickle cell anemia, and passed out, fell off my chair. So yeah, but with that, I would like to try to get into our next topic real quick. So I got a couple clips here I want to play. We are going to switch gears a little bit, and let's get on a topic about gaming, since we're part of this awesome Discord, and we all kind of have one thing in common, that's gaming. So I
Entirely
got a
true.
couple clips here. I am going to put up on the screen, and really, we're just gonna look at them. They're funny. Some of them are cool. And the last one, let's see, the last clip when we get there is no, not the
That
last
looks
one. Sorry.
oddly weird.
So
Oddly
anyway.
weird. That sounds like a double negative, but
That
anyway.
You're blind.
What game is this?
Okay. All right. Anyway, I don't know what game this is, but I am definitely interested in playing something like this. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I guess that monster's blind, and someone in his stream played a fart sound and scared the absolute piss out of him, so he's shot and scaring him. All right, so that was the first clip. I thought that was pretty funny. Here's your next clip, and this clip right here reminds me of RBDhub, and take it the way you want, but this is just how we talk to each other. Yeah, so anyway, let's roll this clip. I'm gonna mute.
Would you guys be there for me if I was going through something?
No. Nope. Absolutely not.
I hope it sucks whatever you're going through.
I hope it sucks.
What the fuck?
I hope it emotionally scars you for the rest of your life.
I hope you reach out to me so I can ignore you.
That's fucked up.
I can't wait to go to your funeral knowing that I could have changed that outcome.
Man, what the hell?
Shit got real quick.
I was just asking if you would be there for me. Would you guys be?
Oh god.
So that's that's 100% RBDhub. It's explained in one
Yep.
freaking video right
Yes,
there.
it is.
Any comments, Milo? Let's say Graham was in the U.S. This is how Cody would approach him.
Oh god. Look at the belly on that guy. Oh my god.
Anyway, that's something I like to do kind of in the podcast, give a little visual. But real quick, before we end this stream, hold on, let's get out of this. If I can remember how to do it.
Stop leaking our Discord, RBDhub.com.
Obviously, we are trying to do something here, grow this Discord server, meet new people, and just kind of build a community around us. Obviously, there's many ways to go about that. Obviously, our links and stuff are posted. We just made it a new Discord channel today called Bribery and Perks. And in there, you'll find a link to a link tree with all our socials. If you guys could smack a follow on those, that would be appreciated. And Cody, would you like to end us out?
Yep, I appreciate everybody stopping by. This was our first podcast. We plan to do one, at least one every month. We might have the occasional, special episode where we dive into something not so podcasty, but once a month you guys can join us if you guys would like to connect with us. RBDhub.com. We'll bring you straight to our Discord, or you could do discord.gg/RBDhub, and we'll put this in the description, comments, show notes, everything else like that. But I think this was a good first podcast, and I appreciate everybody for stopping by, all of our live members. I appreciate you guys. And if anyone is watching us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, anything like that, I appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I will see you guys all in March. I guess that's it. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody. Anyone that's watching this on Spotify podcast or
We'll cut it in post. Yeah.